Welcome to the only place where real, raw, and vulnerable conversations happen with IFBB Bikini Pros to give you an inside look at their struggles, strategies, mindset, passions, and all of life beyond the stage. This podcast is made to inspire, motivate, and remind competitors and the average gym goer that even the most extreme lifestyles and elite athletes have their ups and downs. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm your host, Celeste Rains-Turk, and now it's time for the Confessions of a Bikini Pro podcast. Today's guest is a newer IFBB Bikini Pro, hailing from a 10-year journey of grit, growth, and really unwavering belief. She began competing in 2015 with a fourth place at the East Coast Cup and steadily improved, placing in the top 5 at Junior USA's and Nationals in 2021, 2022, and then in 2025, on her fourth attempt at NPC Universe, she earned her pro card in the Masters 35 and up division, all while working full-time as a medical assistant at the dermatology office. And now at the start of her pro journey, she's continuing to balance career, puppy parenthood with her boyfriend, and the pursuit of her NASM certification to become a certified personal trainer. What I really appreciate about this athlete is a lot of her journey is wrapped in faith and resilience and giving her glory to God. So I'm excited and eager to welcome to the show, Felicia Botelho. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. I'm glad that you're here. So, before we get into everything, I have to ask you, is there anything you do or think about right before your heel hits the stage?
Oh yes. So from this point of now, 10 years, there's been a lot of times when going on stage where I would go through emotions and right in the beginning, I remember just looking at just females, and it's tough to not judge and not feel like, oh, you're not good enough at that time, but you kind of just have to focus and breathe. Just this past year, last two competitions, I've just, just focused on that moment, and just believing that God is with me. And if this is meant to happen, then it'll happen. And that's how I went through it this year.
I love that. So, how did you even get into competing?
So it's a funny story. I actually started back 2015. A good friend of mine in high school, we played sports together, soccer. And we started going to Workout World. It's a local gym here. And she was just like, you can probably do competitions. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you hear about it. I had
Mhm.
no idea what it was. And lo and behold, I got obsessed.
I love it.
Lots of shows. And I finally got my pro card, which was my dream. It's funny to say it out loud because it still doesn't feel real. And I feel like a lot of people can feel that as well. When you become a pro, you kind of don't feel it until you go onto a pro show stage.
Mhm.
So that hasn't hit me yet, but uh, I believe in my heart that, it was meant to happen the way it did, which is definitely a blessing.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of people who are just now starting their competition journey. Maybe they're listening to this, or maybe they've been competing for a couple years and they are probably feeling like maybe that itch to go pro, like they really want it to happen
Mhm.
fast or they want it to happen now or they worry that it's going to take a long time. What would you say to someone who's feeling like it won't happen fast enough or maybe it's not going to happen and they want it right now?
So this is my first year actually on a team. I'm a part of team PX3.
Mhm.
And a couple of the girls on my team, they've just done their first national show, and they're upset because they placed second or third or fourth or whatever it was. And I can just think about like the first times I got on stage and like actually won a show. It took so many tries. And it never comes as fast as you want it to come. But when it does come, it's like, wow, okay, this is how it feels.
What was that moment like for you? Like when you knew, okay, I'm literally about to go pro. What was going through your mind?
I mean, that whole day, I literally, And because the name the universe, the show is like it felt like the universe was literally on my side because I had no nerves. It was just everything came at peace that day.
Wow.
And I got some pictures from Gilco, the photographer, and he
So
caught
good.
me like crying kind of in a second. But then I was like, all right, I'm not crying right now. This is like my moment.
I love that.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Were those tears of joy, I'm assuming?
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, then you go to take your picture on stage, like you're announced as a pro, and it's like, oh, you could be filled with tears. So it sounds like you were like, I need to pull it together.
Yeah, definitely.
I do love those shots though of like the emotional side of the journey because
Yes.
there's a lot we face as athletes. And for you, 10 years of this, I mean, there's got to be a lot of fuel behind that persistence
Mhm.
over this decade-long journey. So, what was it that was driving you and really making you want to get your pro card?
I mean, I've always thought of it as a dream, right? So everyone always thinks that's a dream. So I just kept focusing on it. Motivational words. I used to, my old apartment, I had an old Starbucks sign that you can write on chalkboards. And
Hmm.
I have it in one of my pictures, like, I can't remember what it said now, but it's, pretty much like, don't give up or, keep going forward. Because, and it's as corny as those words sound, uh, you have to follow them and, just believe in that.
I think that sometimes like the cliche things are cliche for a reason. Like
Yeah.
they really are beneficial, they really are helpful, and they've just helped a lot of people, which is why they've become cliche. So I think it's great that you have that. And obviously there was probably like a lot of times where coming close to the pro card was it's like motivating enough because you can taste it, but it's also
Mhm.
like, gosh, when is it going to happen? Like, did you ever
Right.
have moments of doubt or questioning about your maybe potential?
I did. The Universe 2019, that wasn't that much of a good show. I just look back at my physique. I had lost so much muscle because I had gone into a keto diet. So I feel like that didn't really help with the situation of me going in and winning that show. And you look around and the girls, and it's like, wow, like you have not the same muscle as some of these girls do, but
I know that feeling.
hard.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I will say though, you really grew a lot over the years, like looking at your photos on NPC News Online. I mean, you had one full year of competing or one full year off of competing from 2019 to 2021,
Yeah.
and then 3 years off, 2022 to 2025.
Yeah.
So, were those time periods taken off for growing, or were there other reasons for that?
I think life too. When I first started competing, I didn't have a boyfriend, and then, you know, I'm with my significant other, John, right now, and we've been together for 7 years. I have a stepson, so life kind of happens, right? You want to take time to spend it with them, even though this is special to you, you
Mhm.
have to always be aware of everything around you, right? Um, because it's so easy to get sucked into just focusing on, doing the bodybuilding and everything else, like work and all that. But family is so important, um, especially family events, not missing them because that always comes not double, not a second time, only once.
Hmm.
So that's special.
Yeah, and when you decided to take that time off and then come back to competing, did you miss some of those things, or did you feel like, okay, well, I got to enjoy it for that period of time? Like, how did your mindset have to shift to get back into competition mode?
So luckily my boyfriend's very supportive. And he knows when I have my hard times, he's like, all right, this is just Felicia mode right now.
Hmm.
But you have to kind of just, all right. And also reading helps. I also started reading a daily motivational I don't have the book in front of me, but it's God and little prayers every morning.
Awesome.
And that kind of helped me in the morning. sitting there with my pup and reading that every morning,
Aw,
just daily, like staying at peace and, present because
yes.
it's so hard not to be in present moment a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, the world is full of distractions, and now we have it right at our fingertips, right?
Mhm.
Like we can just open our phone and be distracted for hours from what really matters, and then look up and be like, where'd the time go? So to be able to really set your mind up right first thing in the morning, I think
Mhm.
that's really important. Are there
Definitely.
any other like routines or rituals you have for your faith or for your mental health that have been beneficial over the years?
Um, Not really. I mean, to think about that right now, not too much. Just like I said, staying in the moment, is all
Yeah.
you can really do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think that when you're present, you get to actually experience the blessings fully versus, oh, I was expecting this, and now I'm going to focus on what I was expecting not happening.
Right.
So, how has leaning on God actually maybe encouraged or fortified you as an athlete?
I feel like, we all aren't perfect, in our own ways, right? So, we know that God is always there listening, regardless, if you're feeling a certain way, sad, depressed, mad. He's always there for you and not judging.
Hmm.
Um, so that's very important to me.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. To have a that type of unconditional love
Right.
and that source, that's like the start of your day. That's the everything that drives you, everything that's within you. And um we really couldn't do anything without that relationship
Right.
to God. And would you say there's anything else that's been different this year compared to previous years when it comes to like the fact that you earned your pro card versus other years it wasn't your time yet?
Me gaining my pro card, you think? Um,
Yeah, like what was different this year compared to past years?
I can't even put into like perspective of it, but I know that just like becoming obsessive with like doing things perfectly, like you kind of just gotta go with the flow of life, and not force things. Um, and again, like enjoying life and enjoying the present moments, um, not rushing, you know, that kind of thing helps.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said earlier, you had grown a lot physically and clearly mentally too. And
Yes.
I think throughout a lot of our journeys as competitors, we can face mental health challenges, we can face food relationship challenges, body image challenges, comparison, relationships, all of these things can really um, come to surface. And I actually I don't blame competing for that. I kind of think when we put a lot of our time and energy into something, it
Hmm.
is natural that our uh I don't want to say weak points, but natural that the areas that need a little bit more attention and light shown on them are gonna come to the surface because it's gonna be what we need to just take it to the next level. So, were there anything, or was there anything that you look back on now and go, "Wow, I can't believe I overcame that in my journey," and I'm really glad that I did. It helped me to be the athlete I am now.
Well, not only my friend that got me into competing, but I had gone through a really bad breakup at that time, with an ex of mine, and I was to get married as well. And bodybuilding did put into perspective, like it's whatever you're going through, it's okay,
Yeah.
um, and to look through as strength for me, because it was a very depressing time. And to have just the weights and the gym there, and everyone can agree to that. The gym is, their therapy.
Uh-huh.
So that was definitely my one of my therapies. And at this point in my life, I have a very amazing boyfriend, and his son is a blessing in my life. So having that now compared to then, with difficult times with my ex and all that, and being single and then growing, being alone. A lot of people don't think about that. Like when you're alone, you don't they don't like to be alone, right? You always want to be with a significant other. So to grow when you're alone and to grow as a person, that's special.
Mm.
So I did grow a lot at that time, from 2016 to like 2019, I
Wow.
would say. So yeah, we're at
Yeah,
a good
that
place right
that
now.
is special. Yeah, you probably got to know yourself more.
Yes, lots of reading books.
I love that. So then when you met your now boyfriend, like were you ready? Like were you in that space like I'm ready to date, or was it kind of just like it happened and then
That
you're like,
happens.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we met at the gym.
Oh yeah, great. I love
Yeah,
that.
over a donut conversation.
Hell yeah. Do you guys have the same favorite donut or what?
No, not really. Just any type of donut.
That is awesome. And you said that he has a son, so
Yes,
you consider him your stepson.
yes.
What was that like to, because I have a stepson as well, so I love hearing from other women
It was
who,
hard,
uh-huh.
very hard. And it's still, we're not perfect, right? And
Yeah.
it's like a day-to-day and learning and, enjoying his time. But I feel like it's easier when kids are smaller. So JD is now 13. So I met him way back. He was seven or eight.
Oh,
So he was a tiny little boy. Now he's a grown up, 17-year-old teenager.
I know that.
It's hard sometimes, because you're not the parent. And you can always just I look at it as it now, I can be his friend, and like if he wants to tell me something, he can tell me and like keep it a
Hmm.
little secret, like, it's okay. You can trust me.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's the beautiful thing about being a step parent is like
Yeah.
you're another safe source for them, especially if the parents are involved and everything is they have parents. If they have parents already, that's a really it's a great thing. It's a gift to be able to be just another trustworthy source in their life.
Definitely.
So, um, so I think sometimes I'm still learning and struggling with the
Mhm.
step parenting role and
Yes.
um I find sometimes there's this pressure as like, oh, love them like they're your own and you do,
Right.
you really do love them. But then there's that judgment if you want to maybe have influence in some way. And I find
Yes.
that part to be mentally, I'm learning a lot right now, honestly, in
Mhm.
that.
It is. It's definitely tough. And if especially if the son's mom is involved, and you have to kind of, I don't think that you would have to definitely have like a commitment or like how do I want to say, like a friendship at this time, because it happens with time. You know what I mean? Um,
Yes,
you can't force
definitely.
something because sometimes it can feel awkward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
so you're
definitely.
like,
Well, because you're entering this dynamic that was it was already there, already existing. So it's different than when you like dating someone, nobody has kids involved, and you're just getting to know each other, and then maybe you form your own family. I think that's a very different dynamic than coming into a family unit, even if the family unit is broken by
yeah,
design or divorce or whatever it might have
right,
been that caused it. You're still entering some sort of dynamic, and so there's family structures and systems to consider that are going to be reworked,
yeah.
and that can bring about a lot of lessons. And I'm
Mhm.
grateful. My stepson is amazing, and we
Yeah,
get along so well, and he's just so bright and incredible. So I got really lucky. I know not a lot of people are that lucky, but I'm grateful.
no,
And it sounds like your stepson's made a big impact in your life as
yeah,
well.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, I hear some horror stories, especially with the girls.
I know. I
I feel like the boys are a little bit more easygoing. And if something bothers them, they kind of just like, but with the girls, it's like, like attack
Yeah, oh for
mode.
sure. For sure. I know, like I was like My my dad, even when he started dating, like, because my mom had passed away, and when he started dating, I was like, and I'm an adult, and I was still like, I don't
Mm.
like this. Now I'm like, oh, I'm happy for you, whatever. But
Yeah.
like in the past, I definitely was like, mm,
Yeah. Who are
yeah,
you?
yeah, exactly. Oh, that's right.
Right.
So, going back to what you had said though, like, life outside of competing is clearly very important to you. It's something that you value and that you've encouraged others to consider in their journey too. So, outside of competing, what are some of those things that you really love or are proud of and grateful for that you feel give you purpose outside of this sport?
Like outside hobbies out of bodybuilding, you mean?
Yeah, like any interests or things that you like, oh, if I didn't compete anymore, I'd still have this.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit of a nerd. I like to garden. I
That's
was
awesome.
outside before I came in with my dog. It just puts me at peace, just
Hmm.
chill. It's peace and quiet. I mean, not too quiet in Fall River because it's a city, but
Yeah.
with have my little garden in the back,
That's
fresh
so cool.
vegetables and all that stuff. It's fun.
Wow, how long have you been doing that?
A couple of years. So I've always uh been brought up with it. My dad, coming from Portuguese heritage, having gardens in the back was always fun. Going to check how everything was growing, tomatoes, cucumbers, and just tending to plants. So I'm a plant lady. I have a whole bunch of plants everywhere.
That's
So those things
amazing.
make me happy. Nova, my puppy.
Oh.
Yeah, all the good things in life.
What kind of puppy is she?
So we got her from Aruba. Um, this past year that we came back from there. We had adopted a previous one, but she passed away very young.
Oh.
So I was like, all right, we have to do this again because I have to feel what it is like to have a Kanuku, which is the dogs from Aruba, but they're like a mix of
Oh.
everything.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So she's like a mix of like seven different dogs, Rottweiler, Pit Bull. Like you wouldn't even think that she had that, but
Oh yeah. No, that's how I have a hound mix. He's mainly
um,
hound, but like he's got like his I think one of his parents was a pit bull terrier and one of his was a red bone coonhound. But then like you go
mm,
down like the bloodline and it's like
yeah,
all these hounds and then it's like rot or wait,
yeah,
maybe I think it had like a little bit of rot, maybe.
yeah,
I
like
don't remember,
2%
but
maybe.
yeah, like German Shepherd and he has Great Dane and I'm like, okay, the
Yeah,
Great Dane I see because his legs are like this long compared to his
yeah.
body.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I love a rescue. Like I never had a rescue dog before. I have my sister does. Gosh, they love differently, I feel like.
Yes, they really do. They're very special.
So how old is Nova?
She just turned 1 in June.
Oh,
Yeah, just
that's
one.
awesome.
Crazy.
Oh,
Crazy to say
cool.
that.
And when did you get her?
We got her in so it was we've had her for a few months now. So it was around I want to say fall, winter time of last year.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you had her when she was young.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, when they're like the little piranhas running around your house.
Oh my God, yeah. She's got wicked bad zoomies, and
Uh,
so now because she got spayed, she can't jump up high and all that stuff. So we put a donut on her head, which looks like a little
yep.
pink donut. She's like, "Really, mom?"
Oh yeah. I always think those are so funny.
I
I
know.
feel so bad. I'm like, because they turn and their head will hit
Uh-huh.
something. It's pretty funny though. Okay, so I want to ask you, do you have like when you compare like prep to improvement season, do you have a different schedule or approach, maybe to meal plan or macro tracking? Like how do you navigate both of those?
So I don't do macros. I've never done macros. I've always done, like
Hmm,
the basic meal plan. My last improvement seasons, haven't been the greatest, like eating all crap and stuff sometimes.
hmm,
So this year I'm really trying my hardest to stick to just a meal plan, and I have a cookie or two at night or an ice cream. It's okay. Like I'm not gonna like torture myself like I used to in the past.
good.
So I kind of stick to the same plan because I don't do macros. I've thought about it, but I feel like you have to just calculate everything, and I'm not good at math.
Yeah, that's why I use my fitness pal because I could just
Yes.
plug and play. I'm like, this is great.
I actually used to use my fitness plan like way back when I first
Hmm.
started, but is it kind of like the same thing? I would think so.
I think it's
Yeah.
very similar to how I remember it being when I first started
Yeah.
using it. I do the free version even
Yeah.
still, and I could see why people do the paid version though. But yeah, I've always done the free, and yeah, I would say it's pretty much the
Yeah.
same. So yeah, meal plan, that's interesting. Would you say like do you mix up your protein sources, your carb sources, or do you just keep it all very
I keep it all
structured?
basic. Yeah.
Huh,
Rice, rice cakes are my fave, oatmeal. I keep it all the same pretty much.
love that. And Marissa's your coach, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So when did you start working with P3?
So I started in November of last year.
Okay.
Yeah. It's my first time as joining a team, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. I've always just, done a one-on-one with the coach, especially a male. It's the first time with a female. And it's definitely different.
Hmm.
It's in a good way.
Good.
And I don't know if a lot of people think of it as that way, but a lot of females, I'm sure, oh, females are more understanding and, and
Hmm.
it's true. It really is. I feel
That's
like,
good that that's your experience, like that you
yeah,
have like more empathy and
yeah,
compassion.
yes, definitely.
I love that. So it's
It's in
been
my,
very a beneficial change for you.
yes, definitely. And
Good.
we're all like the same. So we have group chats, we're all talking about the same kind of stuff. And it's like, all right, well, I guess I'm not the only one that feels this way.
That's so comforting. That's what I love about this sport too, is like the connections you make.
Hmm. Definitely.
So, in looking at your journey through competing, you also do cleaning services, right?
Yes, I just started my own cleaning business. Um, Being from a Portuguese heritage, it's like, yeah, it's like my OCD kicks in.
I love it.
So I just started doing a small little business, on the weekends or Fridays I work an early day at work. So I would leave there and head to a client's house. But it's awesome, I wouldn't think of myself having a little small business. So to have that as a background is kind of cool.
Very cool. And like all I could think was, gosh, cleaning can be so exhausting. Like
Yes.
this house, when I clean it for guests to come and guests to leave and just keeping up with it while having a dog, you know
Oh
this.
God.
It is a lot.
It is.
So, how do you navigate running a cleaning business while also like cardio and lifting? Like that seems like a I mean, it is a high physically demanding job.
Yes. So like the max amount I would say in like a house is kind of like 3 hours. But the last my last prep in July for Universe, I kind of had to tell a couple of clients that, I had a show coming and I didn't have a lot of energy. And they understood, so I would just go about doing it next month and it was okay, but it was very exhausting. Like I would have just a pump like mopping the floor or something.
For real though, like some of my best pumps were literally cleaning my house. I was like, dang, like I should be doing so I'll bring a mop with me backstage or
I think I
something.
actually saw you post something about that and I was dying laughing.
I did. I did post something about that on my story. I was like, damn, like I just gotta keep cleaning this house. I had the best pumps. I actually found it was like really insightful too, because if I cleaned after a meal, like I could see, oh, the meal affected me this way. Like this
Yeah,
is really good.
got all the
Uh,
snot going up your veins.
yeah. Oh, I love vascularity. Like it's so I know that they say bikini doesn't need much vascularity, but like the level of conditioning they require now, let's be real, like if you're vascular, you're gonna have vascularity show.
Yeah, definitely. Being depleted so much, I mean, it's there.
Yeah, absolutely. And okay, so bikini criteria. I want to talk to you about this because me and you
Mm,
started at the same time. So I started in 2015 also. And I feel like from then to now, there were times throughout the journey where I was like, gosh, I can't catch up to the criteria. I felt like it was like I'd get right there and then the needle would move again. So did you ever experience that type of feeling like, gosh, the criteria isn't changing, but it sure feels like it's
right.
demanding more?
Especially for a bikini competitor, I think like the glute ham tie is like insane. And like back in 2019, I just remember like, okay, keep your glutes full. Um, and that was what you looked for, right?
Hmm.
It wasn't like the hamstring peak that you see like wicked hard now.
Right.
So that's definitely been a challenge. But I feel like I'm curious what the Olympia this year will look like.
Do you have anyone you're like rooting for?
Oh gosh, there's so many of them.
I know.
Um, I was thinking, I'm like, do you know of Jennifer Dory? I don't know if Jennifer Dory is actually doing the show
I
this.
don't know that there's been a specific announcement.
Yeah,
I've only heard rumors.
yes. Maureen Blanquisco, she's one of my faves.
Yeah, I love her physique.
Ashlyn Little, she's another one. They're all so amazing. It's like God when you see it's like, oh my God, beautiful body.
I know it's like wow, like you were just constructed like so well, and then you capitalized on your perfect genetics and or imperfect and made them even better.
Yes.
I mean, I love all these women. Most of the times I look at the Olympia lineup and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've talked to most of them. So I hate to do like I never do predictions. I never do favorites or anything like that. Not on my podcast because I'm like, gosh, like if I wish it was like a miscongeniality, like they'd all really win. Um, so
Definitely.
yeah, so that's fun. But I think it's gonna be an interesting show. I'm curious to see how because there's a lot of people returning, and I'm
Yeah.
curious to see how their maybe placings change this year compared to
Right.
previous years that they competed.
Yes. Um, I'm trying to think who right now, but Maureen being one.
Hmm.
Alisa, I think. Right?
Uh-huh. I think so. And then I'm pretty sure like Savannah Watchman, she just qualified again. Britt Gillespie, she just qualified again.
Yeah.
So, and we have Ali Vathauer, which I'm like really excited to see what she brings, especially after seeing her and Ashley Kay battling it out.
Yes.
Um, and I think we'll have some dark horses too.
Yes.
Did you watch the Masters Olympia, by the way, or see the results of it?
So I saw some of the girls. I don't remember their names.
Yeah, so Corinne Henich, I always say her last name wrong, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, she won, which
Yeah.
is so awesome. And so Jessica Wilson passed on her crown to her, but you going pro in Masters, like is one of your goals to be on the Olympia stage or the Masters Olympia? Like what are your hopes for your career?
Oh God, I mean, that just like sent a whole like wave of emotion into me.
I love
I
it.
don't even know. Like, that would be amazing. I mean, I would never think of going. I've always wanted to go pro, but to go into a master's, pro show and possible, I mean, Olympia, you never know what could happen, right? That would be amazing.
It would be
And
so awesome.
I didn't actually know that the masters was in Japan. Is it always in Japan?
I think it was in Japan or was it Romania? It might have been Romania the first year and
Oh,
then
wow.
Japan this year. I could be getting that wrong.
Uh,
But
Either way, that's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Oh gosh. And like I've heard really good things about how the Japan shows are run and how the athletes are treated. So they all appeared to be happy and that
Yeah.
makes me happy for them.
Yeah, it's amazing what the even the European shows are like. If you ever seen the shows in Portugal where they have that rotating stage.
What?
Yes.
No.
I don't know how I would do on that because I feel like I would be dizzy, but there's like rotating stages at shows in Portugal.
That's crazy. Would you ever do one?
I don't know. I mean, I would love to go to Portugal, but the rotating would kind of scare me.
Honestly, though, it's hard enough to walk across the stage, let alone like if it's moving like
Yeah.
that. I'd be like, where am I? What
Right?
is happening? But hey, I mean, I guess it'd be fun to watch. I'll have to look
Right?
that up after this and see what
Yes.
that looks like. So, there's no, maybe there is, but are there stages that now you're like, I can't wait to compete there as a pro?
Yes. I kind of have plans of doing some shows in May. So I'm shooting for the Miami Pro, which would be kind of cool.
Yes.
And make it like a little vacation out of it. That would be kind of nice. Because going to shows, you're like, all right, I'm ready to go home, but it would be nice to just hang out a few days somewhere in Florida or wherever.
Yes, absolutely. Highly recommend that. Like, I went from Miami to Daytona Beach to Key West. It was such a fun, or it was
Um,
Daytona Beach to Miami to Key West, and it was such a fun trip. It'd be totally worth it to stay, even just to hang out by the beach.
uh-huh, definitely. I'm all up for it.
Yeah. Because you're in New York, right?
I'm from outside of Boston.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, 30 minutes to get to Boston.
Okay. Got
So
it. Well,
yeah.
I guess I thought you were from New York.
Maybe. Is that our accent?
I think it's the accent. Oh, that's really cool though.
Well, I'm
So,
Portuguese, so maybe it's just my thick accent that I have.
yeah, you have like there's like a blend. There's like a blend happening. But it's really unique and cool. So, I want to ask you about like your days and your structure of your days because you were working full time.
Hmm.
You started your side business. You obviously have a family.
Hmm.
You are an athlete as well. So how do you, and you worked in dermatology. I don't know if I mentioned that specifically. So how did you actually manage your schedule day to day to meet all these needs?
So um working pretty much 7 to like 3 every day except for Wednesdays. Wednesdays are my big days. That would be like my off day from the gym. So
Okay.
getting home at like 5:36, getting to the gym after that was difficult. Um, so I would definitely keep Wednesdays as my off days from the gym. But work, leave, gym time, 2 hours. It's tough to include everything, especially when you're competing, adding in posing for like 20 minutes a day.
Hmm.
It's a lot, but I like the structure of being on prep. Um, just because I don't know how to explain it, but it's just easier that way for me. I don't know
Yeah,
how
definitely.
people like it would be nice to work from home. But I don't have that advantage. So, you make worth of what time you have. And if you want to have a goal in mind and, go to the gym for an hour, you make time for that.
So true.
So
Yeah, I
that's how
just hosted a retreat here, and a bunch of the women were saying they get up at 3:30 a.m. to be able
yes.
to hit the gym and be back before their kids get ready
Uh-huh.
for school. And I'm just like, and then they go to work. And so if you want it bad enough, you will make it happen. And obviously, we
Definitely.
have to listen to our body in that time frame. But um, I think you start to become addicted to the structure. Like there's something about
Yes.
it that you have no time to miss. Like
Mhm.
you can't sacrifice any of your time for something mindless because you have
Oh,
to be on point.
definitely. And I feel like you can take that into real life as well, right? So I'm trying to get my ISSA certification. So
Okay.
making time for that is also important. And it's easy to fall off and get lazy and stuff, but you have to look at it as a goal you have to keep in mind, just like
Mhm.
prep. So that's my goal right now.
That's awesome. What do you hope to do with your certification?
So I'm hoping to actually be a part of my home gym, which is General Fitness
Oh,
here in Fall River. It's a very old school gym where people still throw weights down and no one makes a care in the world of who just did that or
love it.
so that's what I want to be, part of the General Fitness team.
That's awesome. Have
Yeah.
you told them that? Like, do they know you're working towards this?
Yes. Also, and I do speak Portuguese, so it would be good to be bilingual on that and helping people that don't understand English, being there for them.
Definitely. Definitely. Is there a high population of people there who speak Portuguese?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, Portuguese and Brazilian.
Interesting.
Yes. I would
Huh.
love to learn how to speak Spanish as well. I mean, it's kind of the same. If someone speaks Spanish slowly, I can understand, but when they're like full throttle, I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah. You're like, I'm trying to translate this through two other languages I know very well. Oh, that's amazing though. Like I think that's going to be so cool to pursue that. Do you plan to continue in dermatology and cleaning when you get that, or what's your plan?
I don't really have a plan yet, so I'm just kind of going through with whatever happens.
Okay.
Um, but dermatology is like my full-time job, and then cleaning's just side business. So wherever the wind takes me, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think, working in dermatology would certainly probably give you some leg up, I think, in this industry, just for the sake of skin prep and skin care, because it does matter in this sport. So, is there anything that you've learned through your work that has made a positive impact on your prep or on taking care of your skin health?
Um, I don't, I mean, not really. I mean, working in a dermatology office has definitely put me into perspective with sun. I work with one of the doctors on Mondays and we remove skin cancer. So that's kind of scary to be a sun worshiper when like I used to be when I was younger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just being cautious with that is so important. Taking care of your skin because I do want to age not so gracefully, but
Hmm.
taking care of your body and outside is so important.
Yeah, I notice like a lot of people who take care of their health and their fitness generally appear younger throughout
Mhm,
their life, it seems.
definitely.
Now, when it comes to skincare and sun protection, like, do you see a lot of people, the ones who come in to get skin cancer removed, is it because they didn't wear sunscreen? Is it because they were working outside jobs? Like, what are some of the more common patients you see for that?
It's a lot of workers outside, the construction workers. But then you see that error way back in the day when they used oil. So like the baby boomer generation coming in, and it's like they just based it out there with oil.
I
It's like you're cooking
know.
your skin. You look like chicken pretty soon. Like,
Literally, though, like literally. Like if you go to the
oh,
airport in Florida, you're like, oh my.
oh yeah.
If you're looking for competition heels, jewelry, and fun competitor extras, then visit shoefairyofficial.com and use code Celeste for a discount at checkout.
Orange tans everywhere.
Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like to ask those questions because like I only recently became very religious about wearing my sunscreen.
Mhm.
Um, but a lot of people have mixed opinions on sunscreen. Some are like,
Yeah.
well, sunscreen's so toxic, why bother wearing it? And I'm like, I don't know. Even if it's vanity
Uh,
only, I'm wearing it.
I feel like every product has toxins in it now, which is so crazy to think about. But like if you get a mineral-based sunscreen, that's your go-to. You don't want like the fake sprays. But then again, you have that, it's kind of helping your skin out too. Without no sunscreen would be worse, right?
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah. But there's always mixed reviews with everything, I think.
Definitely. So, as far as like your journey and what you hope to achieve as a professional, like what would you want other people to see from your journey or learn from your journey?
So one thing I would love for people to think about is that it doesn't happen overnight, as it didn't for me. You know, I hear so many stories, even when I listen to podcasts with you, with other athletes, getting their pro card, like, the first year or second year.
Mhm.
That didn't happen for me, and that's okay. It sometimes it takes time. And then if you really want something, you have to go after it. There's going to be times where people are going to put you down and you're not good for this or whatever. But you have to look at it to yourself and this is what you want to do. Um, and it can be selfish at times, but it's a goal that you have. So is it really selfish? I don't think so.
Right.
So that's my advice.
I love that because I was literally going to ask you for your best advice, and it sounds like that is your best advice, huh?
Yes.
I love that. That's amazing. Is that for anyone who's looking to go pro as well as people who are starting out in the sport?
I think it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Um, because everyone wants a quick win, right? One of my good friends, Steve Reeves, he always told me like in the beginning, like, oh, you're gonna do this show and you don't do good, you're gonna do better and just keep doing better and better and better. So that's how I looked at it as that you're not gonna always win and it's okay. You can't look at it that way. Um, and it's true, show by show by show, you get better and better and better.
And it's so rewarding. I feel like
Yeah,
that's one of the more rewarding parts of competing is that you do get to watch yourself progress and not
yeah,
just physique, but mentally and emotionally and
yeah,
in all areas of life at the same time.
definitely.
Yeah, well, thank you for that advice. And is there anything I didn't ask you that you wish I would have about your experiences?
No, I think you covered every topic pretty well.
Good. Okay, awesome. Well, then, with that being said, how can people find you and connect with you and maybe work with you or hire you for different services?
So I am on Instagram as Miss Botelho, IFBB Pro. And I'm also on Facebook. I don't know if a lot of people have Facebook anymore.
I do.
But it's Felicia, last name Botelho. And also you can reach me at my cleaning business as Felicia Botelho Cleaning Services.
Love it.
And also my Instagram name on that is by Felicia's Cleaning.
I think that's so awesome. I
So we
love
can make a
that.
little joke about it.
I think that's perfect. I was looking at your cleaning page today and I was like, this is really cute. So I will put all of that in the show notes page, you guys, as always on celestial.fit/podcast. If you are looking for the episode in the future, scroll down to the category section. If you're listening, the day it came out, the week it came out, it'll be right at the top of the page. Not only will you find the links to connect with us, but you're also going to find a full bulleted list of the topics we covered, an episode summary, kind of like what you'd find on the back of a book, and also timestamps so you can go back and listen to your favorite parts or share it with your friends, your family, your teammates, let them know what resonated most with you. And of course, I want to thank you guys in advance for sharing, posting it to your story, and even contacting myself or the athletes about the episode. It goes such a long way. Not just for the guests who come on and share their stories, but also for the podcast. So I really appreciate this community, and I hope that you all have an amazing rest of your day, night, or morning, wherever you are in the world where you're listening to this episode. Just make it awesome.